I've ambushed you. Emily and I are, what are we getting for dinner?
Thai food.
Thai food. This is going to be very short, guys. We're getting some Thai food, so this is a very nice little area. I'm thinking about coming here and doing some lives from here. Anyway, I just wanted to say, just for a short video, I wanted to say thank you to Emily for suggesting that I start doing this again. It's really worked out well. I've been doing almost every night. And the last one I did 2 nights ago was 90 minutes. I thought I was going to do it for 3 minutes.
What took you so long?
It just seemed like there were so many things to talk about. So, and somebody says hello. Who is that? I don't have my glasses.
AB Ducky.
AB Ducky. Hello. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, there's 11 of you already. If you have any questions for Emily, let me know. We're just finishing. I told folks how you moved, coming back. And so Emmy and I finished moving her big stuff from her apartment back here. Greetings from Puerto Rico. Hey, San. We were just watching. No kidding. Juan, we were watching West Side Story yesterday. Are you in San Juan? That was great. There was some good dancing. Yep. Maybe we'll finish it tonight. We'll see. Oh, what does that say? You got to be my eyes, Emmy.
Hey guys.
Hey, hi. Juan says, Tau Baja. So what's it like down in Puerto Rico? Is that someplace that we should come for a visit? Wouldn't it, come for a holiday down there? Would that be a fun place? Be neat to see. And have you recovered from the hurricane? How you doing with all that?
Yes, it's beautiful.
It is? Nice. Love to come see. Whoops, I got something in my mouth. So, anyway, we moved. Emily and I drove 2 cars up to Marina Del Rey, loaded in all your big stuff, and then you and I went and had a nice lunch together. What does that say?
Is Emily almost done with school? Well, I'm almost done with community college, but I'm having trouble taking some of my Japanese classes because I don't have my transcript here.
Can you believe it? She has to go back and start over with basic Japanese.
Because I don't have my transcript here, so I might take another year finishing up just so that I can get that out of the way, and then I'm gonna transfer to a university and finish that up in 2 years.
So you'll have to take basic Japanese, intermediate Japanese, and then advanced Japanese, right?
If I had my transcript, I can take what is it? Japanese 3 right away.
Right.
But
so we're trying to get a hold of her transcripts. But they're a little tricky. Was there another question there?
I should be able to test out. Well, I was able to do that for high school, but I talked to my college counselor and she said there's no way that there's only a transcript that's gonna do the job. So
right.
I took the subject SAT for high school to get that out of the way, but that doesn't apply for college apparently.
So we sent a message to her, one of the counselors at high school, and hopefully we'll get that back. What does that say?
Do you use Japanese very often outside of what? School. I never use Japanese in school.
So I think she uses it with her mom, right? And you helped me a little bit. I was trying to tell you directions tonight, and I was like, Migi, soshite migi, right? And I was like, soshite, right? So she helps me a little bit. But I heard you today, you were just talking to Mom on the phone in there, and you started in English, and then you got in the middle, you got Japanese, and then you finished in English. Why did you switch to Japanese for a little bit on the phone with Mom?
Because some words are easier to say in Japanese, and some words are easier to say in English. So, and if we both understand both languages, it just combines.
Does Mom switch between the languages too?
No.
She always sticks with Japanese?
No, sometimes English when I'm speaking in English only.
Ah.
But when I'm switching, then she just speaks Japanese.
What does that say?
Hi from Japan, Kurt and Emily. Hope you are well. Emily, in your opinion, which is more advanced, your Japanese or English?
Your English is really good. I don't know. Is your Japanese faltered? I mean, it's not, that question's for you. I'll shut up.
My Japanese is not as good as before, I can understand, but it's hard for me to like understand kanji that's not like, because I stopped learning them when I was in 8th grade, so it's hard for me to understand higher level
So for reading.
and speaking. Like, I can speak casually, but if I want to speak to like a teacher in Japanese, or if I want to speak to somebody elderly, like I can't really use keiko that well.
Interesting. Keiko is what, the
Keiko.
formal Japanese? The more formal Japanese? And someone says here, is your wife Japanese? Is your wife Japanese? Yeah, her wife's Japanese. Mine's too. What does that say?
I agree. Menduka is useful.
Mendulusa?
Menduksai.
Menduksai. Oh yeah. I remember, what was it like, Emily, when you were for like your first year or two when you were here? You had a couple of Japanese friends, right? Did you guys speak Japanese together with your Japanese friends?
Yeah. I refused to speak English with my American friends because I didn't want to have an American friend because I didn't want to speak English to them.
Oh really? Why not?
Because it was embarrassing.
You were self-conscious about your English, and is that why you also didn't want to be in my videos in the old days? It wasn't because you didn't like it wasn't because you were shy. It's because you were shy about your English. So what changed? I mean, something changed, and now you feel very comfortable. I mean, the way you ordered. I mean, that was a very complicated order. I was sitting there going, "Oh my gosh, what changed?"
I learned English.
Well, I guess just things is what changed. Now, clearly you learned English, but what had changed that made you in your head that made you suddenly say, "Oh, I can speak English well now"?
Well, I started speaking English to you first before anybody.
Right.
Because I refused to speak to mom for like 2 years.
To speak to her in English? Oh, when you came over here, well, you had no choice with me, right?
Yeah. I tried speaking Japanese to you, but it didn't work.
When you came over here, you tried?
Yeah.
Your order is ready.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. So we'll have to wrap up in just a second. If I spoke Japanese well, would you have spoken to me in Japanese when you came over here? Was that when you came over here? Were you consciously worried about speaking English? You were.
Yeah.
How did you feel in school when you had to speak up in school?
I didn't.
You didn't.
I didn't.
But that's totally changed.
Yeah.
Something changed.
Because I made friends.
Okay.
I made American friends.
And also friends that are from other Asian countries that had to speak English, right?
I made like Korean, Chinese friends, and we were on the same level, so we learned together. So that was comforting. Like we were like all on the same level learning English. Like if we made a mistake, we can both learn from it. Like it's not like an embarrassing thing for each other.
Right.
So that's how we all got better together.
Would you feel comfortable now having American friends now?
Yeah.
No problem?
I don't have any Japanese friends at the moment.
Oh, really? Why is that? Is that just because you don't know any Japanese people, or is that in your new life? Or is that just because
Well, I mean, I don't talk to them anymore.
Do you relate to Americans now, your mind, mentally and socially?
I don't. When I see like Japanese, like my Japanese friends from Japan, like on Instagram, I kind of like, it's a different world.
A different world. Interesting.
I don't connect with them.
And you connect with the mindset here. Interesting. Let's read the last few comments and then we'll go. Hey, Kurt and Emily. Hi there, Cal. Englandese says, I have a baby boy in Japan, so I was wondering, thank you, Emily. And a legendary story, I've been a fan since you were in Japan. It's good to see you doing well, and I remember when Emily was small. I am happy to still be a fan. Well, thank you so much. My glasses are fogging up. What does the next one say?
Also, I did reply to your email for a mailing address.
Oh, okay, great. I know I've been moving for the last couple of days. I've got my inboxes piled up, but I thank you. I will get to it. But the last couple of days, the last 48 hours have been heck. But I'll get to it. Thank you. Konbanwa. And what does Vic say? Mr. V says,
Have a nice night, Kurt and Emily. I'm heading to Newport Beach tomorrow morning.
"Ooh, wow, okay, wow, you're a local. Come on down and have a coffee sometime with me."
You're covering the camera.
Oh, and what does this say?
Hello, I watched the latest Digimon movie in the morning. I don't know what that is, so
Is it an anime?
I don't really watch anime anymore.
Nihon ma
That's Chinese.
konnichiwa. Howdy. You covered a couple of languages there. Emily, it has been Americanized. Yeah, I think you. You know that I made a play. Someone asked me if I made a playlist called "The Americanization of Emily."
No.
I'll add this video to it. It was kind of trying to capture the process of you coming here. I made several playlists for you.
Hi, Kurt and Emily. Emily, how do you feel about being biracial? Any problems with it? My daughters are similar to you. Not really. I mean,
Do you think about it?
no.
Would it be more of an issue if we were still in Japan? Did you ever have issues with being biracial in Japan?
Well, when I was little, it was a problem because people would pick on me.
Right.
But when I got older, like middle school age, people would like be jealous of me for
Is it-
being biracial.
Is it an issue? Isn't it even an issue? Is it even something to think about here in Irvine?
No, but in Japan, it was like more noticeable. Everyone noticed me, like
Especially where we
like,
live.
like on a train, like when I'm walking in the mall, like people would notice me, either if it's in a good way or not. Like people would always like notice me.
Yeah.
And when I was little, it was a problem because, you know, people will pick on me, boys will make fun of me and all that. But when I got older, like teenage years, people would be like, I guess, jealous in a good way.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really a big fan of that. I don't like to
Did you ever feel like you weren't really Japanese? This is a hard question for me to ask because you were Japanese. You are really Japanese. But did you
Yeah.
ever feel like you weren't really Japanese?
No.
No,
I mean,
good.
I had Gigi and Baba's like traditional traditions. Like we go to like New Year's and we'd
Yep.
have dinner with them. Like that's
Yep.
that's like the Japanese the most Japanese you can get.
Going to Matsuri, going
and
doing
no
the
one made
Butsudan.
no one made fun of me for like wearing yukata or like wearing
Right.
Japanese clothes at all. Like
Right.
no one teased me for wearing a Japanese uniform. It was just normal. It's just I looked different, so I stood out a little bit.
Interesting.
But that wasn't really a problem for me.
What does that say?
It's so interesting listening to you have a conversation together. Good job to the both of you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sure you spoke on this before in past videos, but when will you go back to Japan and visit your old stomping grounds?
Well, we were planning to go back for New Year's. I really wanted to take the family back for New Year's.
And my seijinshiki.
But we just COVID ain't gonna make it happen. Especially because Emily and I have to travel on our American passports, so we can't go. My wife could go, but we couldn't because Emily's Japanese passport expired.
Hi, Kurt. Emily, YouTube made me laugh. Glad to see you both doing well. 7 months now since we met. 7 years now since we met. Still a fond memory of mine.
What's the name? I can't read it.
I can't read it either.
GB. Oh yeah, that's an old name. I can't pronounce it, but I've known you for a long time. It's a pleasure to hear from you.
In school, they would pick on you. In high school, they would hit on you. Have you ever had a fan of your dad recognize you? No.
No.
Oh, actually,
What?
it was like I told you about this.
What?
I was at Spectrum like 4 years ago. Somebody recognized me,
What?
and
Really?
I told you about it.
Oh, I'm an old guy. I can't remember anything. What did they say?
They were like, "I know your dad," and I was like, "Okay."
Really?
I thought it was a creepy thing at first, but no.
Not as creepy as the guy at the beach. She was telling me today about how she was at the beach by herself, and some creepy guy followed her out into the water, and she was kind of being a creep. So Emily, what did you do to get away from him?
There was a big wave coming, so I dove under the wave, and I like didn't come up, so I swam to the other side of the beach underwater so that he couldn't see me. And when I poked my head up, like I don't know, a couple feet away,
Awesome. Give me five.
he was like, "Where did she go?"
Awesome. And of course, as a father, I'm like, what? Some creepy guy following you out in the water? That was really creepy. What does that say?
Which one?
This one here.
Oh, y'all are awesome. Much love to you both.
And we're gonna wrap up here in a second, guys.
Oh, Jesus commented.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus, I still haven't gotten any answers from you.
Jesus says, "God bless you both."
Oh, well, thank you, Jesus. I appreciate that. Emily and I had a really interesting talk over lunch we were talking about religion
And politics.
and politics. It turns out Emily's a real politically active young woman. She just voted for the first time.
No, second time.
Second time.
I was 18 last year.
Oh, yeah, but the first presidential election.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she just voted for the first time. We talked politics. We talked religion. We could have used you, Jesus. We were having an interesting talk. Okay, what was the God bless you?
How's it going?
How's it going? How good to hear from you. Thank
Small
you.
world.
Small world. I felt the same way. Oh, tell me to go to bed. Oh, what is this? Yes, I felt the same way.
After moving to America from the Philippines when I was 12, I feel more connected with my American friends now.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Thanks for sharing.
I would love to interview you on my channel.
Who?
Travel and Robert Beer.
Travel and Robert. I mean, but who would they want to interview?
You.
Me? Oh, really? Oh, okay. YouTuber, but what the hell? Worth trying to ask. Yeah, you can interview me. Sure, no problem. Just send me an email, dinnerbytheriver@gmail.com, and we'll work it out. Hello, Emily and Kurt. Wow, the Jesus Christ. Yeah, the Jesus Christ, no doubt. Wow. You know, there's a show on Sunday mornings on KFI called the Jesus Christ Show. I listen to it when I'm going to my driving school thing. It's kind of interesting. It's a guy that pretends he's Jesus and he answers questions on the radio.
Huh.
Hello, I'm sure Jesus is going to have a talk with him one someday. Hello from Finland. Awesome. Hey, Emily and I were just talking.
Stop shaking the camera.
Emily and I were just talking about socialism, the pros and cons. We'd love to know more about what it's like in Finland. I mean, imagine it's a more socialized.
If your college has a language lab or a Japanese club, then you'll make some new Japanese friends. I would like to, but it's all shut down, so I can't really attend anything.
Do you think you'd still have a lot in common with Japanese people?
No.
No?
No, I don't think
If you
so.
went back right now and went to college in Japan, what do you think it would be like?
The thing is, I don't understand their like social rules. Like I don't understand why they have to act a certain way or like.
What do you call it when you go on the dates with the 3 and the 3 or the 5 and the 5? Gokon? Would you do that?
Maybe, but I have a boyfriend.
Would it be? Yeah, that's right. He probably wouldn't appreciate that. Okay, we're good. Okay. What does that say? Did I miss anybody? Damn, I love the daughter and daughter talk. Oh, thank you. I got to do this. Sorry, I couldn't read. Did you know what voting age was 21 until the I didn't know that. No, until the 1970s. Whoa, thanks, Emily. I'll email your dad. Okay. I have dual citizenship. I was born with both. I wouldn't. This is Jack Law. I wouldn't feel comfortable voting in either country. Really? Emily has become Californiaized. I think so. John just lives up. John's here in California. He's a mountain biker. Did you get a new mountain bike, John? I looked at it. I saw that bike and I checked it out. It looked like it was about a $6,000 bicycle because I saw you had a new bike. I've made some native Japanese friends in community college. It was nice. Oh, last one. Good. We got to the bottom. No, not good. Like I appreciate it all, but we have to go feed my wife. Hi, Kurt. There's Colby. Hi, Colby. Hi, Kurt and Emmy. Hope you all been going well. Yep. Natuka. I see you remembering the glasses so you can actually read these. LOL. Yes. New bike. Yeah. Cool, John. Okay. Well, shall we go bring Mama her dinner? Mm-hmm. Okay. It's good to see you all. Emily, thanks for joining me for a live.
I was ambushed, so I had no choice.
You were. Look, we're all 34 of you out there. Thanks for joining. And I ambushed you kind of like Mully does with Tomoko in the car. Yeah. All right. Well, remember, be safe but not too safe. We'll talk to you all another time. Thanks for talking, Amy. See you later. Let's go. Hey, should we go have a margarita?
Yeah.
She's going to be 20 next month, but shh, don't tell anybody. I'm feeding her margaritas. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody. See ya.